So Elizabeth, what was the big draw for you in terms of like wanting to do feng shui? What was that? Or the powerhouse? Or it wasn't powerhouse back then. Okay.
The draw was seeing you and hearing your energy, I think, through it. And I guess you've kind of learned a lot from then to now as well in how to even get things done or communicate the way that people need to hear it, I suppose. But I think for me, I was just at a bit of I was a bit lost, and I was thinking that something needs to change. And you happened to appear on my screen one day, and it was just divine timing. So I went with it, and it happened. And I just think drawing in all of that energy, and it just really, the shift really happened quickly, and it happened more quickly when I put my energy into it. And as soon as I started upgrading things as well, I could see it flowing even more. So that's the draw. Definitely was. I didn't know what I needed a shift. I needed a shift. Something wasn't right. And yeah, I seen you, and I thought that's my sign.
It's Patricia here, and I just am delighted to welcome Elizabeth here with me. I'm really looking forward to chatting to Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so looking forward to hearing more about your journey. So Elizabeth, where are you in the world?
I'm in Australia, in Victoria, in Australia. And Victoria, sorry, I nearly called you Victoria. Patricia, you had a meeting with me 8 years ago, I think, and you probably don't remember that you and I had a meeting like this, and it was so long ago, and I think it was just you and Ken, maybe one other team member at the time, and you started my journey all those years ago.
8 years ago. Oh my God.
I think it was about 8. Yeah, would have been about 8 years ago. Oh, 7 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. Yeah.
That is amazing. Amazing. I'm so excited to hear more. And you know what's so nice is like we've got people on this journey for this long and continuing on it. And someone asked me a question the other day, and I said, we're doing it 7, 8 years now. We're not going anywhere. It's helping people, so we're sticking with it. So you're in Victoria, Australia, so tell us more about what's been going on.
So I guess I've always been interested in what you do, and I've dabbled in it a little bit. And I think, can I tell you from the start and how I got in contact with you, the whole lot?
Go for it.
I think it was an Instagram post or something like that I seen you come up, and I thought, oh yes, that's what I want to do. I want to get into that a lot more. And I got in contact, and we had our first meeting like this, and I was sitting in my kitchen at the time, and we got started on my journey of my house and the things that I could do to, make the flow of my life richer, not richer in money, but richer in everything. And it's just gone from there, and I haven't stopped. Every year, I keep doing it. I get my new report. I change things, and I'm just getting into it more and more. And the understanding, the feeling behind it, the ritual of getting it all done, taking out the old, adding the new. And it's just been such a great journey for me. And I feel so privileged to be able to have this, excuse me, conversation with you. It's so amazing.
Elizabeth, it's such a joy, because I remember your house in your bedroom and your decor and walking around, and you showing me everything, and it's just amazing. So do you want to share with what are the kind of the bigger things that you can kind of like, God, this changed, like, so back then, maybe talk about like what was going on that you really wanted to see unfold for yourself?
I guess for me it was my job had changed. I'd lost my job but stayed in the same company, so had to renew different things about my world in my work life. I just built my house. I hadn't been in my house long, and I loved my house, but there was something quite not right about it. I wanted to be more powerful in my work, in my world. I think it would be attract things to me, love, joy, abundance. And it happened, and it happened, and it's still happening. I can't say I've won millions of dollars, but when the wealth comes in, it stays, and it's continuous. And you know, my wage has increased as I've gone on over the years unexpectedly, because I'm making it happen with the flow of the energy in my house. People come into my house and they look around and they say, there's something about this. It just feels right. Animals come into my house for some reason, some not so wanted, but others that I'm quite welcoming for them to come in. Just it's a whole heap of things. I don't know if there's one really big thing, but the flow and energy of my house. And to be honest, I've actually really learnt to understand and feel the energy of my house, and I can tell when something's not right, and I can feel the energy. And the thing that you mentioned most, or that I take most out of any of the times I've listened to you, or with the one-on-ones that we had all those years ago, was that if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. And just because, you know, we might need something red somewhere, make it feel right for you, because don't paint the red wall, as we all know, but make it feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, change it. It's okay. And I think that flow of energy throughout my house has just given me so much in my life, professionally, personally, over the last, 7 years. And I just think it's just an amazing way to live. My energy, my friendships, the love, the joy, the wealth, everything. I can keep going for hours, and I know we don't have that long.
So good. You know, this time of the year, especially with the Chinese New Year, because is the time, you know, people can join PowerHouse all year round. You know,
Yes.
we're not like can't join it, but we always have an impetus at this time of the year, because the Chinese New Year is here and there's a new cycle and the energies change, and it's the best time. Like, if you're kind of doing it, like, let's do it together and do it in the momentum.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love is the fact that, like, you took it on, and I remember vividly you were like, yeah, I've done that, yeah, I've done that. Like, here's the thing, and I think one of the most important parts is that, like, once I give you the information, you take the report, you just take action. And Elizabeth, you totally did. I used to love coming on a call, because I was like, okay, yes, it's all like coming back to me. It's a WhatsApp song, it's all coming back to me now. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been going. I'm like, oh my god, the most efficient client, like, here you go, this is done. And I think that's part of it. It's like, you have to grab it with both hands and just do it. And when you do it, you start to see the results. And like, the idea of like continuing it, and like, you felt it and then you continue with it. And that's the journey with your house. Like, and every time the energies change, you're ready for it, and you're ready for the like next level. And it's a snowball effect. And that's what I'm hearing with you. It's a snowball effect.
Yeah. Absolutely a snowball effect. And any changes, I had people building around me, building houses beside me. And I remember putting questions into the group about, you know, how can I fix that energy, because I know, you know, building beside me, I could feel the shift in energy, and asking questions and putting those little things in place about, you know, a concave mirror as an example, a cactus, which we wouldn't normally use, you know, a spiky cactus, but that's okay, because that's fixing the energy between us. I don't know, it's just every little thing like that I feel, the smallest things, like you were saying, snowball and add up to the biggest things. And I think from then to now, I can't think of anything. Obviously, it's me putting the actions into place, and like I said to you, it's the ritual behind it, and putting something somewhere and sitting back saying, is it going to work? But actually feeling the change. And I think that's got a lot with me in my house and my way of living. It's actually feeling the changes, and feeling and understanding why, not just putting something where it should be, but having a whole thought about it as well.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things, like, it's a long time since you joined, and I think that like the program has been upgraded twice since, and now we've got a brand new portal, which is like so sparkly and new and a really beautiful structure. But also there's a lot more like emphasis on the internal as well as the external. So yes, let's physically change the physical environment, but let's also look at what needs to be done internally in terms of how you want to show up, how you want to feel, and get more clarity with that. And so it's this combination that we've seen that when you are like you're just been describing yourself, Elizabeth, when you're like, okay, I'm going to feel it, I'm doing it, but I'm also doing it for like internally. And when we see amazing results, so there's that sense of I'm ready for change, I'm ready for growth, and that's what life is about, and ultimately feng shui as well.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like when something's not working, there's there's definitely a block of some sort. And I'll look in a cupboard and think, oh, there it is there, because I've just thrown some things in there for now and forgotten about it. And now I have to release that energy. I remember when we walked around my house, you asked to look in my linen closet where I keep and stuff. And I opened it up and you went, oh my God, that's great. Everything was in its place. And I'm really mindful of that. I haven't always been, but I am really mindful of that because I think those tiny little things can make a big difference. I just feel very grateful as well. I think gratitude comes into it too. And, you know, I feel so abundant with my work, the money I earn, not just the money, you know, I get a car for work, you know, that's a great perk when you're working. That you can have things like that. I get to work from home now a lot. My role has just changed again, and I went through another process of losing a job to gain a job. But I always had faith that it was going to be okay, because why wouldn't it be? And I just think, you know, just move some things around, feel how it feels. If a picture falls off a wall, I think, okay, that doesn't want to be there anymore. I'll change it. And I kind of get the feeling of the house, the energy, and it just comes out throughout everything in my life. And I just feel really happy and energized with it.
So nice to hear. And the other thing is so fun for me is like, you know, I hear from, you know, over the years, obviously you've been ordering your report every year, and there's a lot of people in our community now. So some people will continue, and then it's like, my God, all these years later, not just recurring, but also seeing like shifts and enjoying it and enjoying the journey and being so much more conscious of your environment and how it relates back to your life is just, it's just like music to my ears. And also, like, a lot of people in our world will just come and they'll see it and they'll continue to, and then we don't even hear from them. Like, how long has it taken for us to have this conversation? You know, it just makes me laugh, like, because I just think, oh my God, like, there's so many who are secretly having all these like just getting on with their lives and enjoying everything, and it's so fun. And this is what it's about, you know. It's just getting your home sorted so then you can move forward. Yeah, it's beautiful. So Elizabeth, you like, what was the big draw for you in terms of like wanting to do feng shui? What was that? Or the PowerHouse? Or it wasn't PowerHouse back then?
No, it wasn't, was it? The draw was I felt like I needed to make a shift, and the draw was you, seeing you and hearing you, your passion behind it. And I thought, I can really relate to this lady who I don't know. And sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. That was my dog. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. We love dogs. They're great feng shui.
Stop.
He wants to come in and be in the video.
He's just right here. I'm so sorry. The draw was seeing you and hearing your energy, I think, through it. And I guess you've kind of learned a lot from then to now as well, in how to even get things done or communicate the way that people need to hear it, I suppose. But I think for me, I was just at a bit of I was a bit lost. And I was thinking that something needs to change, and you happened to appear on my screen one day, and it was just divine timing. So I went with it, and it happened. And I remember the first time I went through it with you, and I had my report, and I was just putting things where they needed to be, and I was buying things that needed to be bought. And then a few years later, I upgraded those things. So I was kind of putting things in place that I thought, oh, they were okay for now. And then I was like, no, I actually want to invest wholly into this. And I did. I spent more money. It doesn't have to be extravagant, but I spent a little bit more money, got a few more things, got some better things. I got a clock that doesn't run out, doesn't stop every 5 minutes, and a water feature that can carry all the water that I need at the back of my house. And instead of buckets, I had at the time barrels and buckets of water. And I just think drawing in all of that energy, and it just really, the shift really happened quickly, and it happened more quickly when I put my energy into it. And as soon as I started upgrading things as well, I could see it flowing even more. So that's the draw. Definitely was. I didn't know what I needed a shift. I needed a shift. Something wasn't right. And I seen you, and I thought that's my sign. That's what I need to do.
And it's trusting with that as well. And what would you say to people who are like considering joining us in PowerHouse now? Because there's a lot of people who have been watching our videos and trainings. We're just coming to the Chinese New Year.
Definitely, I would say go ahead with it. If you're interested in it, go ahead with it, because you can't go wrong. It actually, no matter what you do, even if you don't do everything, it's something, and it improves something. I can't recommend it enough. And it's so nice if you're interested in something like this, that you've got like-minded people that you can communicate with. Pop a question into the group. I quite often just read what's happening, and I think, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that as well. I remember asking questions like, can I put this color in my bathroom? Simple question. People jump on, yes, do that. No, don't do that. It's a community, a community around you that actually guides you through some tough times as well, and gets you through it. And I would do it. I can't recommend it enough.
Oh, thank you. And I'm really pleased you mentioned the community, because honestly, I think that's one of the most special parts that happened by accident. Like we just had no idea. It was like, oh, it'll be a good idea to have a group where people can ask their questions. And now it's like, this is beyond a group. This is it's a movement.
Yes, it is a movement.
Yeah. And even as we've been and that movement has really focused in also like shifting our mindset and into like a new way of being and showing up differently in the world, into the community, and also focusing our attention on the things that have been happening. So we're really it's just been so fun the last couple of years, seeing that change and that growth as well. It's amazing. And is there anything else you'd like to share, Elizabeth, that you're like, oh my God, like something fun or magical that you're like, I can't believe that happened, or whatever?
I think some of the things, like I said, some of the things are the small things, but one of the big things for me is the abundance. And like I said, I haven't won millions of dollars. I've no doubt it's coming though. But it's being able to attract enough money for what I need at the time. Amazingly so. People save, you put money aside, forget about things. I want to tell you a little story that's just happened recently. I was saving for a trip to Singapore, and I had a money box, I had a savings account, I had separate things happening, and then I thought, there's a drawer there. I need to clean that drawer out, because I've been putting it off. And I opened that drawer and I pulled some things out, and I found $1,000 in that drawer, which that doesn't happen every day. $1,000 is a lot of money just to have in that drawer. I'd put it in there a long time ago, obviously, and forgotten about it, but it came at the right time. So had I not been starting to go through the next journey of the Chinese New Year, I wouldn't have found that. So I think all those kind of little shifts all lead to the right direction. So that was a really cool thing to happen, just to have $1,000 there that's probably been there for a while and not remember or know until I started the new process of changing things around again. Little things like that. And also thinking I need something, and then all of a sudden there's that person in front of me. So putting plans in place for, I need, I don't know, something in particular, a gardener, let's just say, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, you know, shifting things around, moving things, I need this, I need that, making the world right again, my home right again, and then it appears. And I just think things like that fall into line and make life really easy. And I think that for me is the main thing of going through this and having this thing, this beautiful ritual that I do every year, and enjoy it. And like I said, get into the mindset, love it, and things just fall in place. So there's lots and lots and lots of little things that happen that it's so exciting. When I win the millions of dollars, I'll let you know though.
Yeah, definitely do.
I'm gonna win it. It'll come. I don't know how, but when it happens, I'll let you know.
And I'm glad you're open to receiving it. And I think like there's a lot of words that you've said there that really are, you know, powerful for us to think about, because there's like, it's like easy, and it's about creating a life that is easier. You know, we have these beautiful homes, or these homes that we can allow to support us, but just create more ease or flow. And that idea that, you know, the things just happen in divine timing. And that's what you said at the beginning, like divine timing, and that you change something and something else responds. And there's a reaction and a response, especially when your house is aligned. So it's just beautiful. And I think this is kind of the crux of it, is that the abundance to do the things that you want to do happens, but also there's just more ease. You know, you just sound like it's a long time since we chatted, but you just sound so grounded and steady and grateful and just like happy. And that's the essence of what we want for everybody. And, you know, that's the idea of this whole process. So it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't thank you enough. I just am so happy in life. I just think, you know, things come, ebb and flow, and it's mostly really great.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on today. Thanks a million, Elizabeth. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye. Thanks a million.